Yo, what's up, audience? I just want to record something real quick. Came up with this theory, if you will, but this theory is based on observation that is already true in physics, and assumption is that metaphysics reflects the physics. And what the hell am I talking about, huh? Well, what I'm talking about is um, this process in this game of life. I was talking a lot about this um, movement, the direction of life, that from the trigger, desire is being born, and there's two ways to go about that desire. The, I call it correct way, and then obviously an incorrect way. The hero's journey and the villain's journey. And I was questioning whether anyone needs to go on the villain's journey at all. Why can that not happen? This is what in Bible um, they mention in Bible the fruit from the tree of knowledge, right? Leaving paradise. And that's the same motion that I'm talking about, and that is inwards brain motion. The brain is um, designed to manage the body, and the brain has three layers, and one is the survival, which basically says avoid dying, survive, right? Then it morphs into limbic system where the avoid death becomes um, taken as pain, survive taken as pleasure. Okay, then you move into the cortex level, and over there it means the pain and pleasure gets another meaning, and it goes into logics, and it says no and yes. Okay, so this is all layered like that. As you can see, this mechanism, this complex, um, motivational complex, if you will, it's great for the body. It's designed for the body. Sure, you need to avoid the physical pain. Sure, you need to seek sustenance to survive, physical pleasure, eating food. This is all great stuff. Um, this is why sometimes people say the problem is uh, physical pleasures. So then they cut that out completely. Well, this is where it's wrong. It's misinterpretation of the Bible. It's not, the pleasures of the flesh. That's not what it was talking about at all. The physical body has its physical needs, and you don't try to fuck with that system because you just mess it all up again. But you can see this motivational system. What happens is that fruit of knowledge from the tree of knowledge is basically that system is being applied to the survival of an idea. You have a physical body, and the system is built to make sure that physical body is happy and surviving. But what happens, the same system moves on to psychological world and tries to keep idea us alive, and it creates the virtual body. Okay, and that virtual body, we can call it an ego, right? um, but that virtual body is basically trying to survive, right? The cerebellum system exist, do not die, pain, pleasure, yes, no, or no, yes. Okay, now, and that is also, this body is an addiction, right? And you do not have free will because this motivational system is controlling everything. And this idea that is trying to survive using this brain, hijacking the brain system, is trying to survive. It's just an idea, it's trying to survive. It's not you. Okay? And so this is what we call the heart of coal because it's creating a certain structure and trying to maintain that structure. In physical world, we have quiet. In the physical world, we have get annoying. In the physical world, we have coal, right? What is coal is carbon atoms arranged in a specific formation that absorbs light, okay? And that's black. That's real black. That is transparent, which is the void, emptiness, stillness. But there's also black. Black is consciousness folded in a such way where it entraps light. And then if you shine the light at the coal, it absorbs light. And then the question is, what does it do with that light? Because that energy has to go somewhere, right? And presumably, what happens, that energy is being emanated at a frequency that is not visible light, but that frequency must emanate and signify fear. Okay, that frequency must be the frequency of fear. Absorbs the light, emanates fear. That's what the coal does. The heart of coal absorbs the light, emanates fear. Okay, and that's also, that coal is that body that was created by your brain from the idea, from that uh, desire. And so now that desire is trying to survive. Instead of fulfilling itself and going in the correct way, it's trying to survive in the world uh, where, and you get to be confused of, for example, it makes you do stuff. It makes you go and do stuff. Like, and then if you go and you can't control yourself and you go and need the pleasures of the flesh because of psychological reason, because of this, okay, that is different. Because now you may have had sex because you have psychological reason to do so, or have alcohol because there's psychological reason to do it because of addiction. That's the problem. Alcohol is not a problem, and sex is not a problem because your body naturally uh, wants to feel good, and those things are supposed to be. But the problem is that if you move from the addiction or not, right? So that's the dark way. Then what happens when you apply a lot of pressure and heat and cold to coal? It rearranges its atoms in a such way, and it creates the crystal we call diamond. Okay? Why is it so interesting and so important in this case? It's because diamond is a like reverse of the coal. Coal absorbs the light, and diamond diffracts the energy into the light. Okay? So the same fear energy that is emanating from the coal right now, entering the diamond, and diamond brings out the light. Okay? So this is the process of alchemy when you're turning coal into a diamond. And the diamond capacity is it's not a source energy, but diamond capacity is capable to produce source energy from the physical energy, or I shouldn't say physical energy, but from the energy of fear in this case. It takes the energy of fear and transmutes it into the light and source energy. So this is this trick, how this diffraction of this diamond from that energy brings everything back into in state of infinite. The source energy is infinite energy. And so this is why kind of it's almost like an opens the portal to infinity. And that diamond is capable of doing it in the reality of time. Okay? It brings infinite within time. Again, the Philosopher's Stone is all about that. That is how you bring that diamond. Now, my question is, can you get the diamond without the coal? And as you can see, Probably not. What does that mean? Well, the sad truth, or not the sad truth, but just the real truth, that every hero used to be a villain. That first you gotta become dark in order to become that diamond. First, you have to have a heart of coal in order to have that heart of diamond. That's just the reality is, and that it looks like there's a degree of what kind of game do you want to play. How dark do you want to go in this game? Do you want to go all the way? Do you want to go halfway? Do you want to go a little? Okay, and that's how dark you're gonna go before you're gonna return into the light, so to speak. So you are mining a little diamond, a big diamond, or a massive diamond, the size of the star. Okay, so you can see one thing that wasn't sitting right to me is this idea that we're all equal. It wasn't sitting right with me because we're all innocent, yes, in terms of like we're all just children playing games, of course. There's no rank in that. But wasn't sitting right with me is that I could not see the similarities in some people's lives and why some people go through hell and other people, go through just minor problems, and why this is big contrast between those challenges. And it seems to me that we are playing a different level games. Okay, this is why the equality is not appropriate to be used in this sense. And in fact, equality is the word that signifies some mathematical equation. This is all cortex stuff. But what we're trying to communicate is not equality. It's not a mathematical equation. 1 = 1 and whatever. That's not what we're trying to say. This is why we shouldn't even say that word or even try to communicate it, because it signifies the actual mathematical significance. Because what we're trying to say is that we're all innocent. We're trying to say that we're consciousness. We're trying to say that we're made out of the same stuff. We're trying to say that that we're all in this together, or whatever you're trying to say. But you never call each other equal, because you deny the reality that we're all consciousness shaped in a different forms. You're trying to steal uniqueness from the people when you say that we're all equal. And don't be surprised why people get upset about this, because you don't have a right to steal uniqueness from people by saying we're all equal. Communism tried to do that, and look what happened. Not good things. We're not equal, we're unique. Okay? Every single one of us is unique, but we're all innocent. Let's just call it for what it is. Through the simple observation. I'm just sitting here in the jungle talking, I was gonna say out of my behind, but it's probably somewhere else. But what I'm saying is I'm not a scholar. I'm not a well, I used to be a scientist, but right now I'm not. I'm just saying that anyone can observe this. When somebody makes the statement, you can go investigate if it's true, and you can see that what they try to say is completely different. And so this is why there's so much miscommunication when somebody uses one word has a different meaning, because in words supposed to correspond to the meaning, to the mathematical meaning of the word. But we use a word and then we apply it on many different meanings. That is not the correct use of language. And we're very loose with that. And then we're wondering why there's so much miscommunication. So anyway, I got off a little bit off topic, but what I was trying to say is that every hero used to be a villain. Okay? And so if somebody is moving towards building up the coal, okay, uh, we don't need to be angry about them. um, this is something that I've been dealing with, about the anger, about how somebody could go towards that direction when it's obviously suffering for other people, and but they get away with the satisfaction of pleasure of this dominance and makes other people suffer. I could not understand how one could do that, but based on how I see everything now, it looks like that I used to be one of those, and it looks like I used to be not a nice person at all. um, And so this is why it's easier to accept people who are still just building up their coal, because the more the coal they're going to build up, the bigger the diamond they're going to be. Maybe not this lifetime, maybe this lifetime, we don't know. But let's just let the villains be villains, okay? They're playing their game. Um, and when they're going to reach the end, when they're going to do the same things that used to work to get that pleasure, right? That's when they know that they reach the end. When they're gonna try to find the answer in the alcohol or some addictions and whatever, and that thing is no longer gonna work, that is how they will know that they reached the end of their villainhood, and now they need to turn around and go back. And now they're on a hero's journey, fighting demons that they created. I had one experience not long ago with a strong realization when I faced a lot of this horrific darkness. The sensation was the most horrible thing that I've ever experienced, um, from which I couldn't run away. I had to look at it. And the realization was that, holy shit, I made this all happen. I've created all of these demons and all of these devils. I did this. And now I am fighting the same demons that I created. Okay? So that's my little message for today. Let's just all chill. Everything is supposed to be. Let villains hit the rock bottom, and let the heroes keep slaying those demons. Peace. See you in the next one.